Sid was a troubled boy with a history of bad behavior.
Thought he was at summer camp.
They must have kicked him out early this year.
His father was absent most of the time and his family was pretty poor, but Sid found enjoyment by playing with toys in his own special way. Until, of course, there is the incident. Sid was definitely scarred by this revelation and attack, leading him to feel obligated to handle the toy situation. And this need to handle the toys leads him to some crazy situations with some monsters we all know and love. Hello, I'm Isaac from What's So Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people, and today I'm going to explain how Sid's pursuit to save kids from their toys led to him discovering the monster world. In the later half of the 2000s, Disney licensed some of their modern properties to slave labor graphics to create the Gargoyle comics, and Boom Kids to create the Muppet Show and Pixar film comics. Boom later obtained the license for the core 4 titles, and expanded their Disney portfolio in 2010 and 2011 by launching 3 new titles based upon the 1990s Disney afternoon programming block. Boom was acquiring a great deal of success creating these amazing comics until August 2011, when it was announced that Disney was ending the licensing to Boom in October of that year to team up with the recently acquired Marvel Comics instead. Regardless of the short partnership, we got some great stories from Boom, such as information on the original villain from The Incredibles, Wally's time before his film, and of course, Sid traveling into the monster world. In issue 3 of Monster Inc. Laugh Floor, Sid is seen stumbling upon Boo's room, which we learn is because he is attempting to hide from Mike and Sully. Sully and Boo embrace, and Mike points out that Boo's Jessie doll is a rare collectible from Woody's Roundup, which he recognizes because a girl he makes laugh told him about the same doll which someone stole. When they can't find the boy, the monsters leave Boo behind, allowing Sid to escape with the Jessie doll. Boo hears the door slam shut, so she gets dressed in her monster attire and heads in after the thief. She jumps onto Sid, but Sully pulls her back, not realizing who she was after. Boo won't give up that easily though, so she breaks free of her costume and follows Sid with Mike and Sully right behind her. He attempts to get out an air duct until Boo's costume is thrown by Sully, knocking him down and horrifying Mrs. Nesbit. The trio carries Sid back to the monster laugh floor, and Roz tells Sid he's going back through his sister's door, never to return because they know he has been door jumping to steal toys. This is where Sid's tragic past with Woody and his toys seems to bubble up. He pleads that he was trying to save kids from their toys and exclaims they were dangerous, but Mike has none of it because Sid was profiting off of the stolen toys by selling them to collectors. Now, regardless of whether you accept this story in your head canon because it wasn't officially Pixar canon, I think a lot of the story arc of Sid makes a lot of sense. After Sid was horrified by the realization the toys he blew up and messed with came to life to haunt him, he felt an obligation to end their presence in kids' lives. He is on a noble quest to end these demon toys from residing around other children, but he just didn't have a way to convince people he was telling the truth. Even Mike and Sully don't believe him, even though they are monsters who travel to another dimension to collect energy from laughs. Seems like they should believe anything. To end the threat of the monstrous toys, he was going to have to take matters into his own hands, which is where the monster doors and the stealing comes into play. After seeing inanimate objects come to life, I think Sid would believe any claim he would come across, even his sister stating monsters came through her closet. Sid is a boy who is resourceful, creative, and inquisitive, seen through his toy creations and role-playing. So I'm sure if he saw the opportunity to see a real-life monster and to travel into their world, he would go on that adventure. When he realized he was in another world with doors to all of the young children of the world, that would be the moment he knew how he could collect and get rid of the terrible toys from these poor kids. But what was he supposed to do once he had them? He didn't want them anywhere near him. He sold the rare toys to capable adults who were going to trap them behind glass and got rid of the rest. Sid was convinced he was doing a service to the youth of the world, and do you blame him? How was he supposed to react to toys springing up out of the ground to attack him? He saw them as an ever-present group of dangerous beings who were most frequently in the hands of vulnerable kids. At the end of the issue, the monster sends Sid to the human world and shred his sister's door, but he does return one more time in issue 4. In this story, Sid breaks Mr. Waternoose and Randall out of prison in exchange for the door technology the monsters possess, believing the tech capable of making Sid a gazillionaire in the human world, and it would allow him to continue his toy collecting. The convicts are able to get a hold of Mike and Sully, but Celia and Boo escape with Sid and Mr. Waternoose on their tail. They follow Celia through a neighborhood into a boy's room where she fights them off and leads them into a trap by the CDA. I don't think Sid is a bad kid by any means. He comes from a difficult life and has experienced some terrible moments which leads him to attempt to protect the defenseless, innocent children all around him. Sid may not be stealing the toys for purely altruistic purposes, but at the same time I genuinely think he means well. All I know for sure though is in a world where toys come to life and monsters travel through magical doors, Sid would be the one tough enough to take them all on. So now it's time for the question of the day. Do you believe Sid would travel to the monster world to steal primarily to help people or for the money? And what do you think of the new aesthetic of the channel? Let me know in the comments section along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button. If you'd like to stay up to date with new magical videos, then click that subscribe button. And to see more Watso videos, then check out some awesome pics over there. Thanks for watching and have a magical day.